Hey everybody, it's Wolvash, and welcome to this brand new series for Call of Cthulhu, or Cthulhu, if you will. This is a psychological horror game from Cyanide Studios, and here's what I know about it, because I'm going in blind. You play a private investigator that has been called in to learn about a tragic death in a I guess a prominent family, and you're coming to this little village, Lovecraftian village, and bada bada bada, horrors unfold. So that's what I know. So here we go. We're just jumping in. Private dick, creepy monsters, and lots of rain. So Call of Cthulhu. Let's go. Chapter 1. Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. So, post-World War I. That's pretty cool, considering we had a World War I experience not too long ago on this channel. Enter madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. I'm thinking that's our two options. Sane or hideous end. And the goop and blood starts already. Oh, it's a shark! I didn't expect the shark right off the bat. Dude. Starting off covered in entrails. Wonderful. Lots and lots of entrails. So we're in a place like the fishing hamlet from Bloodborne. Remember, if you watched the end of the last video, I was saying my only real cosmic horror experience, despite finding it really cool and fascinating, is Bloodborne, video game-wise. And one of their DLC levels is a fishing hamlet full of crazy fish creatures and half-submerged, drowned village. We got the fish creatures, for sure. And it's based off of a Lovecraft story. Yeah, clearly not getting through there. That I can't think of off the top of my head. It's got a weird village full of half-fish people too, I think. But dadgummit if I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the same outcome as before. Now, what I think is the case here is this is not going to be a combat game. It's telling me there's a lantern there. Maybe it just means to bring it back. Even the lantern is like this greenish glow. But this isn't going to be like a combat survival Resident Evil style game, I don't believe. Oh, there we go. That'll get us through those. It's going to be more about dealing with the horror in a realistic way. Like, you are not a superhero. And even if you were, these aren't.
Hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Okie dokie. What I was saying is it's not like, oh, those are a one-time use. Okay, so there's no reusing that. We cut our way out and that's it. There are no superheroes in Lovecraft stories. Like, that's the whole point, is that man can't be a superhero against these things. These are powers far beyond our own ability to comprehend. Hence all the insanity. Look at a freaking orca whale, man. It's so gnarly. God, all the guts. I'm assuming it's all fish guts. I'm hoping it's all fish guts right now.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
To run. Okay, we will run. Whoa, look at us run. See? We are not superheroes. I hope that lantern doesn't run out.
Everything has already been written.
Ew, look at him.
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Oh, look at his arm. Oh, wonderful.
I hate whiskey.
You know what? After the Captain Spirit game, I'm right there with you, man. Whiskey doesn't do anybody any good.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Established December 5th, 1918. Nothing?
I used to be an avid reader.
So much that I bought 5 copies of the same book.
Been too long since I've slept in a bed. I wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had closed. Can we open it? No. Oh, that's literally just a closed case.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
A solved case. The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Again, yeah.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
In Boston.
I should get rid of all this stuff. Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Oh, okay. Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dream, but they're different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Pierce. Oh, whoa! We have stats. Interesting. Let's come back to that real quick. Darkwater, no information on the inhabitants. The places. Pierce's detective agency. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other. Adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine for the moment. Nothing on the occult. No clues. Inventory. A lighter. My old lighter that I engraved in memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. And there's like some alien text behind the lighter. Knowledge. Sleeping pills in our cases. Okay. All right, Pierce. Let's look at these different stats. Strength. Strength is your ability to call on your physical power. Improving the skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence, physical or verbal, during discussions. Okay. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Interesting. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and expressing your knowledge of the myth. Also, like medicine, can only be improved with objects. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Spot hidden. Spot hidden represents your ability to find objects. Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Oh, so spot hidden would be good if we wanted to do occultism and medicine, because finding those things is the only way to improve that. Eloquence. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by the power of speech. Improving this increases your chance of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Finally, investigation. It represents your investigating talents. Improving this skill increases your chance of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Interesting. Like we have already, advanced in some of these things. It looks like we could reset them and redo them how we want. But I feel like we'll just move along with what we've got, and I'm not sure exactly how that's all going to piece together. Sanity. There's a lot unlocked here. Confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind, you conduct your investigations by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Nightmares. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse-Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the lost battalion American units that suffered heavy losses from the enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Okay, lots of information right off the bat. Have a drink, don't drink. Let's not drink. Okay, I feel like I go back to. It's not going to do anybody any good. Turn it back on. I like the... Oh, no. Oh, hello.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Okay. Allocate your character points. Each character point... Okay. I have 8 points available on top of what I've got here now. Oh, okay. Geez Louise. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I feel like occultism is going to come in handy in a game full of the occult. 3 more. I'm not as worried about physical ability. I talked about that in the beginning. I think this is more about the strength of the mind. Okay. 3 needed before the next level. 3. 1 needed for the next level. Okay, we can do that. 6, 4, 5, 3, 3, 6, 4. Just throw one in eloquence. I don't know how I'm gonna get these though. Like, I don't know how stats spread. It seems like we can reset them at any time, so I guess I'll just fly by the seat of my pants here. Let's put another one in cultism. Alright. Now what? Validate. Validate this character point to attribution. We've got spot hidden, which will help us find things, which will help us in our occultism and medicine. Investigation will let us do a good job of analyzing things, picking locks, which gets us into places. Psychology is understanding motivation and analysis of objects. So like all of these play together really well. Eloquence and strength I'm not as worried about, but maybe I'm spread thin. I don't know. I don't know how these points are going to shake out, but I think I'm okay with what we've got.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Are you still with us? I thought she said, are you stupid?
I'm coming.
Yes?
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
The weird sound effects.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
So we got to use all those skills we just invested in.
What am I supposed to find?
The thing in your nightmares?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Well, let's take a look.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Alright, we've got a shipping label, some of it unreadable, but it can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report, which says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting, an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life there with only their son, Simon. Their only son. Okay. Anything on the back? Nope, that's the whole thing. Alright, well I guess he wants us to look at this picture. Is he still here? Alright, we'll look at it.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
It says consult diary. Can we do that now? No. Let's see. Gotta learn this. I'm gonna assume these are just talking points. This is like special based on my skills, and this will be like what moves things along. So let's talk about this.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Well, let's use our investigation and find out. He's saying something's not right about this story, but what is that?
Her husband was a big deal on the island, but the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Okay, well, why are you coming to me with this case?
I'm a private investigator, not an art critic.
I guess you're not as clever as you think, then. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Alright, well tell me about the warehouse.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
We know about where she lives. We know that we think there's something wrong with it. Yeah, that should be everything that we can glean from this painting and short little file.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
Okay.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
Well, let's see.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of a long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunter, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
Did I see this book before? The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1, a dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Cool. Cool. Alright. So that's got our sheet up right there. Let's check out... These are the players in this scenario. Stephen Webster, age 63, occupation businessman, a wealthy businessman, well respected in Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate his death of his only daughter. He accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He's ready to do anything to prove his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, age 41, ship owner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a ship owner family, he used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Dawkins took her to the remote Isle of Darkwater. Hawkins. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. Sarah Hawkins, age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her party-going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. Simon Hawkins, age 11, schoolboy, only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his family. Island of Darkwater. It was seen that the world has forgotten of the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It's a small and hospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Alright, clues. We got the clues. It's the same. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. I wonder if that's Charles Hawkins that we're looking at right there. Okay, we got our inventory, the book, the medicine. Alright. Let's double check one last time. Make sure there's nothing new that we need to be grabbing. No new learning. We're not drinking the whiskey. It's bad for your brain. It's bad for your mental state. Oh, we didn't look at this.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Look through all that. Alright, let's go. Can we get our hat? No. Okay. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took to Hawkins' case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigations. Okay. Okay. I'm already excited. Like, I want to see... Like, it's a very simple premise. We're going in to solve a murder investigation. But we're dipping into the occult and how that's going to play out on this island that, while being inhabited currently by descendants of 1800s whalers, has been around since the 14th century. There's remnants of. So it's going to be interesting what we uncover here. Fog. Fog is what we uncover. Oh! We're at the title card. Focus Home Interactive presents. Game by Cyanide Studio. Smoke on the water.
We're almost there.
Fun. What a fun trip. The Call of Cthulhu. Be awesome to play the Metallica song right now. The Scylla. It's like it smashed into Charybdis. Jeez, does the sun just not shine here? Dude,
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Look at that friggin' plank. Look at
Welcome
the
to
dock.
Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
A foul wind.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great pain to what a tragedy.
Whoa, check that out.
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office.
I like their
If
Boston
it's the
accents.
Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Oh,
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
okay. Let's check our diary real quick. We got a new point. So we put what we did. We put a bare minimum in there, and now it's only going to be affected by books, as it said. Okay. 3 CP 6 5. We'll just leave it alone now. We'll gather more before we move on to that. Darkwater places. Darkwater Port. At the entrance of the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there, and it's gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of a whale hunting is but a distant memory. Okay, well, we're here at the beautiful Port Darkwater. Yay. Okay, we will stop right here. We'll pick up next time, and we'll do as we suggested, and we'll kind of look around the docks, and then we'll go visit the boathouse and talk with him, because he flat out told us that he's got stuff for us. Actually, you know what? We'll go to the bar first, because talking to him is our main objective. So we'll save him for a little bit. But anyway, guys, I'm looking forward to this one. I hope you guys are getting the vibe here of this being utterly dreary and creepy for a good long while. Thank you so much for watching. Please come back for the next one. And until I see you again, take care of yourselves.